I'll be talking about the anime Full Metal Alchemist. Both the original and the Brotherhood. There's a difference between them, but story basically the same. So in the let's get this party started. So in the original Full Metal Alchemist, Edward, which is the blonde-haired guy with the big sword coming out of his hand, because I'll explain that later. Basically, Edward and his brother, which is not to be confused, Edward is the oldest one and Alphonse is the youngest one. So Edward is the one in the front and Alphonse is the one in the back. So basically, when they were little kids, they were doing alchemy and stuff. So basically, they learned this, like this spell. It's kind of like a spell, yeah. It's more alchemy, but let's just call it magic. Even though it's not really magic, it's alchemy. There's a difference between alchemy and magic. Magic, you could just do poof like that, and at the cost of nothing. But alchemy, you have to sacrifice something in order for something to happen. I'll explain that later as well. So him and his brother were doing this alchemy spell, basically to get like eternal life, to kind of kind of be immortal or something. But the thing they didn't know, in order for that to happen, they would have to sacrifice something or someone in order for that to happen. So basically, Edward Alric, he does what you see in the back, like that seal thing, which is alchemic circle. So he goes like that, and he goes like this, and his brother's with him. So basically, what happens after he has all the ingredients and everything, and he puts it in the middle, and like this, when he does the spell, his brother kind of dematerializes, like he ceases to exist. Like, how do I explain it? Like the actual body he has starts to not decompose, like unravel. Let me explain. I guess I could try. Let's say this is a person. Basically, when you do the alchemy, like bits and pieces start to come off, like skin, bones, like in the anime it wasn't painful, it was just he didn't want that to happen. So basically he dematerializes, and the only thing that stays is the soul. So basically Alphonse creates this big metal suit, so in order to keep his soul inside the thing. So basically he puts his soul, and he makes like a seal keeping his soul inside, because if not, his brother would go to heaven and he would never see his brother again. After that happens, he's like, no, he doesn't want the eternal life thing. He wanted to make like this crystal thingy, like a philosopher's stone, as they say, which could grant any wish you want. You know, any wish. Being immortality, that's what they was trying to do. They was trying to make the Philosopher's Stone to be immortal. Because who wouldn't want to be immortal? So after his brother dematerializes and a part of his arm dematerializes as well, he creates an armor for his brother, and then he kind of uses alchemy and transforms a big piece of metal into a arm thingy. Arm. I can't remember the name of it though. So then after that, they basically grow up. Like obviously he's grown up since he lost his brother, the body of his brother. So then after that, I remember it was so long ago that I've seen this anime, but it's so good. Like it really is one of the best animes out there. Like it was one of the first animes I've seen, apart from Naruto. Full Metal Alchemist was pretty OP, and the story behind it is awesome. So okay, that's good. Much better. So him and his brother, they travel in order to find this. They literally find out that the Philosopher's Stone is somewhere, and basically okay. I'll read it from the wiki page. So so basically, Full Metal Alchemist is an anime series adapted by Full Metal Alchemist manga. Okay, and here goes the plot. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is just a continuation of the manga. Unlike the first television series, brothers Edward and Alphonse Ulrich were raised by their mother Tricia Ulrich in the remote village of Resenbull in the country of Amistries. Their father, Hohenheim, yes, they are German, a very noted, very gifted alchemist, abandoned his family while the boys were still young. And while Tricia cared, they began to show an affinity for alchemy. However, when Tricia died of a lingering illness, they were cared by their best friend Winry Rockfell, a friend of theirs, and her grandma Pinnacle. The boys traveled the world to advance their alchemic training under Izumi Curtis. That's somebody I'll talk about later. Upon returning home, the two decided to bring their mother back to life with alchemy. However, human transmutation is taboo. For the Brotherhood, it's a bit different. Like in the original one, they wanted to become immortal, but in this storyline, they wanted to bring back their mother to life. As it is impossible to do so properly, in the failed transmutation that results, Al's body, which is Alphonse, let's just call him Al. Al's body is completely obliterated with, and Ed loses his left arm. In the last ditch attempt to keep his brother alive, Ed sacrifices his right arm to bring Al's soul back. and houses it in a nearby suit of armor, which is this thing. After Edward receives Automel prosthetics from Winry and Pinnacle, the brothers decide to burn their childhood home, symbolizing their determination and decision of no turning back, and head to the capital city of becoming government-sanctioned state alchemists. Where was I? Okay, state alchemists. After passing the exam, Edward is dubbed the Full Metal Alchemist because of his arm by the state military. And the brothers begin their quest to discover the nature of the fabled Philosopher's Stone under the direction of Colonel Roy Mustang. Kind of weird name, but he's cool, trust me. If you watch the anime, he's a pretty cool guy. Along the way, they discover a deep government conspiracy to hide the true nature of the Philosopher's Stone that involves a homunculi. What a homunculus is they try to create humans, but they come out all deformed and stuff. So basically, they look like humans, but they look kind of weird. Like they actually look like humans, but their facial features, it's kind of hard to so basically is made to look like humans, but they're not really humans. They're kind of weird fabrications of humans trying to make humans, which is weird, but okay. The alchemist of the neighboring nation of Xing, yeah, it's kind of Chinese-ish. It's based off Chinese, so yeah, the scarred man from the war-torn nation, Ishval, and their own father's past. So yeah, that's basically it. Like, they explain basically everything. I could kind of explain the story of Brotherhood because I'm currently watching it and I'm halfway done, so I could talk about that. So basically, they're alchemists and they perform alchemy, and the cool thing about it is when Edward, his alchemy, he turns things into metal. You know, like if he wanted to transform his arm into a sword or a lance or anything, he could literally go like that, and then he would transform his arm because his other arm has like this weird rune symbols and stuff in order to perform that magic. And as for his brother, he doesn't really do alchemy because he can't. He only has a soul. He would actually have to have human limbs in order to perform, but he's pretty cool. Like the fact, the cool thing is that Edward could transform his brother's arm because obviously it's metal, so he could transform his brother's arm into like a lance or a sword or a gun or a cannon, something of that nature. What else? Let's see. Let's see what. get a better reference for So here we go, Wikipedia. Oh no, wrong one. That one's the basic one. I will be going to the. Oh, here we go. Perfect. This one's a more in-depth, and it basically tells you the powers that Edward Elric has. I'll just look it up online. I'll look him up myself. Edward Oh, there we go. It tells you more about him. Here we go. It is telling you most likely about Edward. Okay, here we go. His ability is obviously alchemy and martial arts. Obviously, he knows how to fight because of his military background. As for his weapon, it says anything that can be wielded as a weapon, anything that can be transmuted into a weapon. So, like his arm and his brother as well, into a staff, a lance, automail arm, which is the arm he uses. And his unique trait is automail arm and leg. Extremely sensitive of height. A braided ponytail. Oh, and his intelligence is pretty high as well. So yeah. Oh, now that you notice it, if you can see this lance thing, you can see the fingers below it. So basically, whenever he does his magic, he goes like this, and then he basically transmutes a part of his automail arm, and he transforms into like a lance looking thing. I can show you in a bit. So let me just okay, right there. So yeah, it transforms his arm. He could only transmute metals. I think, I'm not too sure. It's been a while since I've seen the original anime. And I'm currently watching Full Metal Alchemist The Brotherhood, which is a continuation of the original. But it's pretty good. Like, the story behind it, it's very good. And let me just go back. So yeah. What else can I say about it? It's a very good anime, trust me. I'll leave the link in the description. You could watch it on Crunchyroll. It's already done, so you could see the whole anime like in a week or so. Uh, Cause the anime is pretty long. It has maybe a good. Let me just go to my Crunchyroll app and see how many episodes there are. It's a very good anime, trust me. It's so good. And later I'll talk about his brother. You know, being that they're both brothers. I'll do him in a later. Here we go. Ah, not too bad. So, ooh, what? There are. Wait, let me go back. 68 episodes in total, so you probably could watch all 68 within a week if you're not working or anything. Like for most of you anime fans that like to stay home, or if you do work, you probably you probably could watch it still in a week if you watch like 5 episodes per day or something. So yeah, it's actually such a good anime. Like I loved it. Um, so yeah, guys, that does it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Hi there, my name is Pandering. Why don't you subscribe to my master's channel? Yay! It's the weekend!